Hey y'all, and welcome to the MrMaple Show. I'm Tim from MrMaple.com. We're a mail order business in Western North Carolina that ships directly to your door. We produce over 1,000 varieties of Japanese maples. Here on the MrMaple Show, we do a lot of exclusive plant content all about these rare and interesting plants, especially Japanese maples. And one thing we like to do is answer these questions we're getting in our emails. Recently, we've been getting some questions about powdery mildew. What is it? Well, powdery mildew is a white fungus that goes across a plant's leaf in certain environmental conditions. And that white fungus can actually go through and it starts to damage the leaves of the plant. Now, powdery mildew, it's an issue that we see in certain environments every single year. And so what it does is it just damages the foliage for the rest of that season. Now, there's some things that cause that. And some of the things that cause it are often environmental factors. One is high humidity and a lack of airflow. And if you can find a way to put a plant in a situation where it has a little more airflow, you may not get that powdery mildew on your Japanese maple. Now the other thing is powdery mildew affects plants that are slightly stressed. So if you're getting a plant that's constantly got it and you think it may be slight environmental, but that fungus goes to the plants that are more stressed. So if you can figure out what's causing that stress, is your plant getting waterlogged? Do you have a bowl of water underneath your potted Japanese maple? Is your plant buried too deeply? You know, all these things can contribute to having that powdery mildew. So check out our video on why is my Japanese maple dying. Go through that video, and if you do that, you may start to see what factors stress Japanese maples. And if you reduce those stress, sometimes you will rid completely of the powdery mildew. Now, powdery mildew is a fungus that can spread. So it could happen on certain ones in your collection and then spread to your other ones once that fungus has gotten established. So often, if you can treat for the powdery mildew, you can start to wipe it out before it starts to spread. And again, this powdery mildew isn't something that causes permanent damage typically. It's something that basically causes foliar damage and aesthetic damage for that year. So what do you treat with? Well, you want to treat it with a light fungicide, something like a Zerotol, something that we've used in the past. And what that does is that goes through and basically washes off that fungus, takes care of that fungus. I've heard of some people using copper fungicides. I'm not familiar with those, so I can't speak to those, but people have attested to using a copper-based fungicide and it working extremely well. When you spray the Zerotol across the plant, don't worry, what's going to happen is the spots that are heavily affected by the fungus will actually turn brown. That's perfectly fine. What you're doing is you're causing the fungus to be cleansed and you're causing it to not spread anymore. And again, that isn't killing the plant. What it's doing when you apply it to the recommended rates on the Zerotol is it's killing the fungus. And what you're seeing when you're seeing those brown spots is where the fungus has already damaged the leaf. It's not something that's actually a result of the Zerotol itself. So do keep that in mind. But if you treat for it, which you don't have to, that's the good news, is if it's just on a small level, you can actually leave it untreated, wait till next spring, and if it's just a weird weather occurrence in your area, the following spring you'll leaf out, your plants will be fine, and you won't have to deal with it again. If you do start seeing it over and over again, start to check your environment. Is the plant slightly stressed? And when you treat, you can wipe out this problem that people commonly see on Japanese maples. I hope this video has really helped you on dealing with powdery mildew in your garden and on your Japanese maples. Make sure to like this video, share this video with your gardening friends. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.